Hi everybody, Katrina here from Soul to Soul. I thought I'd gone on here much earlier in the day, but anyway, here I am. And I just wanted to have a quick chat about reflexology and how it can actually help with back pain. And about 4 months ago, I had a lovely chap come into me called John, who was in his mid-30s. He had a very demanding job, which he loved. 3 kids at home. And while he was working away, he had noticed that he was getting back pain in the middle of his shoulder blades, around his mid-thoracic, and also his lower back. And he'd gone to a physio, and while he had some temporary relief, it wasn't really hitting the spot. That's the way he put it. So anyway, he had heard about reflexology and decided to come in and give it a go. So what exactly did I do for him, and how did it help him? So reflexology is really working on specific points in the foot because every part of the body is mapped out on the foot. So everything on the left hand side of the body is on the left foot, and everything on the right hand side of the body can be found on the right foot. For instance, the liver and the gallbladder would be on the right foot, and the spleen would be on the left foot. So there's particular points on the feet that relate to every part of the body. And with over 7,000 nerve endings in each foot, I can access all parts of the body. So when John got up on the plinth, anyway, after having a chat with him in relation to the type of job he did and what measures he did to take in relation to relaxation and switching off, we looked at the feet, and then I proceeded to do a treatment. So we don't just concentrate on the area that's causing the pain. We work the whole body. So everything from top to toe is worked. And we pay particular attention to the areas that are causing this stress in the body. So for John's case, it was the middle of his back and his lower back. So because each system in the body is connected to each other, I would have worked the whole skeletal system. And I also would have worked his shoulder area, his lower back, his hips, and running down into his knees, the whole skeletal system on his feet. And he actually was he started laughing at one stage because I was hitting on his shoulder point, and he jumped and went, "What's that?" And I said, "It's your shoulder." And he said, "Oh my God," he said, how is that possible?" Because it was actually, the pain was running up into his left shoulder, and I had hit a point on his left foot that related to his shoulder point. So he was fascinated that his feet was actually reflecting where he had the discomfort in his body. So I proceeded to make sure that I went over these areas a couple of times while incorporating lots of relaxation in there as well to help the body totally relax, because the more the body relaxes, the faster the healing process. You're allowing the body to heal itself. So I worked on all those areas. I also worked on his spine. Now, the spine runs down the center of the body, so it's actually found on both feet. So you work both feet in that area, always with a reflexology treatment, but I paid a lot of attention to the spinal reflexes because of that. And actually, by the time I was finished with John, he was asleep. And he was quite surprised when I actually woke him up, because first of all, he was surprised that he actually fell asleep because he hadn't felt that tired. And secondly, he was surprised at the points showing up on his feet while he was still awake that were sore, that related to the area that was hurting him. So in between the shoulders and lower back, and running into one side of his neck. And I did explain to him at the end of the treatment that he would feel tired. He may have flu-like symptoms the next day, which means I would have shifted some of the toxins that had built up in his system, and he needed to drink plenty of water if that was the case to help flush them out. Sometimes that happens after a reflexology treatment if you've never had one before, but if it does, it only lasts about 24 hours, so it's really just a detox. So I had him warned about that, and he arranged to come back to me the following week. So when he came back the second week, he was actually, he had said he had felt a bit flu-likey the next day, but he had slept like the dead that night, and that his back was marginally better, but not 100%, not anywhere near 100%, but he was happy enough he had noticed a difference. So I actually ended up doing 3 treatments on him altogether. And a couple of things showed up for him. He was very surprised to notice that he had not realised that he was as stressed as he seemed to be, because at the end of the 3 treatments, his back felt an awful lot better. And he was also sleeping an awful lot better. And we discussed with him also, because he was sitting over a computer for most of the day and it was quite demanding, he never actually took a break from the computer. He worked all through most of the day, stopped for a quick lunch and kept going. So he paid no heed to his posture or getting up from the computer and walking away. And also he did a lot of cycling at the weekends, and like that again, he loved it and he said it cleared his head, but he would have been bent over the bike. So he wasn't doing any stretching exercises. He wasn't listening to his body. So at the end of the 3 weeks, he had much more of an awareness of his physical body and what he needed to do to make it feel better. He also had more awareness of how to look after his sleep. And he, as he said to me, he didn't realize the stress that he was under until he actually took time out and realized at the end of the 3 treatments that he had learned that he was stressed. Because beforehand, when he came into me first, he said he didn't suffer from stress. But at the end of the 3 treatments, he actually realized that his body felt the stress of him working so hard and pushing himself so hard physically when he was out of there, because it cleared his head. But he wasn't listening to his body. So in that way, reflexology is wonderful, because it doesn't just focus on the place that you have the pain. It focuses on bringing the whole body into balance, regardless of what ailment you have or whatever ailment you come to me with. Your body is getting a whole workout, and you're also learning how to de-stress. So reflexology is a wonderful treatment, and it looks at the whole body holistically. So you're not just looking at the physical body, but you're also looking at the emotional body, you're looking at the mental body, and it's all connected. So from a holistic point of view, you're dealing with mind, body and soul. So one of the reasons why I've called it Soul to Soul. So hopefully this makes it a little bit clearer in relation to what happens at a reflexology treatment, how it can affect you, and how it can help with nearly every ailment under the sun, because most ailments come from a place of dis-ease in the body, and over 80% of illnesses in the body is caused by stress on some level. So I hope that helps people understand it a little bit more. And if you feel that I can help you in any way, please PM me or get in touch. And until I talk to you again, have a lovely evening, even though it is quite late, and catch you again soon. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.